Hi everyone, Steve here. So this next video is all about one of the most dreaded shots, and it's the neck shot. Now, it's hardly surprising that people get concerned about attempting this shot when the self-preservation kicks in and reminds you of what could potentially go wrong whilst executing this shot. But actually, a neck shot is actually not that difficult, and it's not actually that dangerous either, as long as you follow some golden rules and follow the physics. All shots consist of a pure pendulum placed within a plane. Now obviously with a neck shot you've got the extension of the legs that we'll be covering later in this video. But in basic principle a neck shot is as simple as an offside forehand, you're just choosing a different plane. So if you take a look at these pros in these videos, you can see they've established a plane, they've pointed the stick in the direction they wish to go, and they just execute a pure pendulum underneath the horse's neck. So let's have a look at where it goes wrong and why it goes wrong. And this is all about commitment and intention. Most amateur players will come up to a ball with the intention of just moving the object forward, whereas a pro would approach a ball with the intention of finding a plane and swinging a pure pendulum through it. Now, all successful hitting requires a couple of essential things. And one of the most important ones is versatility in the saddle. So the ability to be able to move around in order to find a plane in the direction you want the ball to travel. And once you've established the plane, you just need to place a pendulum in it. And then the ability to stay balanced whilst the whole sequence of events happens. The reason neck shots go wrong is they're not balanced and effectively the rider is falling off. And coupled with that, there is the fear of tripping the horse up. So here is a terrible example of a terrible neck shot. On the approach, there'll be a hunch, a grip, and gripping means I'm going to go up and down, and then a swipe. Because at this point, I'm at my heaviest and the brain is saying, we're going to die. And so it's just going to get in and get out. When actually, a neck shot should be governed, and here's the hero sentence, by the opposite side to where the mallet is. So the left shoulder is the hero. As the left shoulder goes down, I found a plane. I want the ball to go roughly 45 degrees under its neck. Then I use the left shoulder to lift me and to counterbalance the effect of this mallet becoming heavier. And the characteristics of this action are, my chest will start completely to the right and it will end up completely to the left. The ball was just in the middle of that equation. So we've talked about the left shoulder, but of equal importance is the right knee. The stick effectively is too short, so there has to be a redress and of the height deficit. Now the left shoulder and right knee work in unison. As the left shoulder goes up, the right knee comes down. But I have the security of knowing that as I wrap the stick around, there will be the integrity of a true pendulum underneath, and I thrust the stick back that pulls me back on. Now, if you've got a horse that will stand still, or if you can have access to a wooden horse, this is a great exercise to allow you to find positions so you know where your home position is. And all I've done is laid a horse bandage on the floor so I can see where my plane is, and I'm doing everything with my body to make sure I swing above it and through it. This is more a case of training the body mechanics more than the swing, because physics dictates the swing is already correct before I even interfere with it. I just need the body to swing it. Now, of course, we also need to consider with a neck shot the extension of the horse's legs in front of it as it's moving. But when you consider a good shot is when the ball is struck directly opposite the power source. And in most instances, the power source is the right shoulder. Well, the right shoulder will always be on the right side of the horse. So actually, a lot of this is perception. The ball is struck opposite the right shoulder, which means that the mallet will rarely ever swing into the space that the horse's legs is occupying. Unless you're going for an extraordinary 90-degree shot where you'd have to find a plane well in front of its nose. For the best part, you're always going to be swinging 45 degrees there or thereabouts, and therefore you're going to miss the legs so you can commit to the actual swing. So take a look now at one of England's top players, Jimbo Fuster, and look at the position he's in and where he makes contact with the ball in relation to the horse's legs. It's actually on the right side, and he can happily commit to the whole swing. Of equal importance, the left shoulder and right knee are working in unison, and he is completely committed to the swing. So in summary, it's all about versatility in the saddle that will allow you then to find a plane and place a pendulum in it. And remember, the ball is just in the middle of something you intended to do, and that's a gymnastic maneuver from start to finish. The ball is not the destination for the stick head. Well, I hope that some of that may have helped. And as always, there are more tips, help and advice if you hop over to my YouTube channel, which is Steve Thompson Polo. And equally, you can go to www.stevethompsonpolo.com, where there are more videos and the opportunity to take a virtual lesson. Equally, for live lessons, I'm based in Windsor in the UK this year. And of course, there is also the virtual coach if you're overseas. So I look forward to seeing you on the pitch or on the screen.